Greetings, Pod fans. It is day 3 of Pod Fajita, Pod Videos himself, every day in April. And today, I have a few things to talk about, just for fun. There's no real plot to them, but it's just kind of like interesting things that I want to talk about. So first of all, it's something that I made a TikTok, a reel, a short, whatever you want to call it about quite a while ago, but it's something that I feel I need to share. So did you know that there are actually 5 seasons in a calendar year? And this has caused a lot of issues with talking to my friends and things, because people really like telling me that I'm wrong, which, you know, I'm not, but I'll explain. So, in a calendar year, going from January to December, it goes winter, spring, summer, autumn, or fall, whatever fall, yuck, and then winter again. So there are 2 winters, 2 separate winters, because there's 3 seasons between them. So the winter 1, winter 2, meaning there are 5 seasons in a calendar year. Is that not mind-blowing to other people? Is that something that just makes me go, what? No way, crazy. Because it's kind of crazy. I like to think that it's kind of crazy. But yeah, that's a big fact that I've just been telling everyone for the past couple of months, and a lot of people just tell me, no, I'm wrong, because it's 2 winters. But in that case, there are not 365 or 366 days in a year. There are only 7. It's just there's a bunch of Fridays and a bunch of Mondays, but they're all the same. Yeah. There's 5 seasons in a calendar year. Okay, cool. Let's move on to the next thing I want to talk about, which is an interesting one that I only found out today because I was sent a tweet, an X, whatever they like to call it. But so my entire life, well, since about 2010 when I was told, I had a belief about why I have this dark hair, dark features, tan skin, dark eyes, and that, what I was told, is because way back in the day, way back in the before times, the many, many years ago, the Spanish Armada came over and landed in Ireland, and they did whatever they did, had sailor fun, and then, every couple of generations, someone like me, who tans very easily and has very dark features, shows up, and that's like the Spanish blood coming through. Today, I was informed and did a little looking up, and that's a myth. That is a myth. And apparently they tested a bunch of people who look like me, who, are like Irish people who just have these dark features, and they had very little Spanish DNA. And the reason that I have these dark features, this thing, is because that's what the original Celts looked like. The original Celts had very dark hair and dark, very tanned skin and stuff like that. So that's kind of blown my mind. Yeah. And then people who are just blondie and blue-eyed, that's the Viking, Vikings coming over. So it's that blew my mind today, and I need to explain this to so many people, because I have just, sometimes unprompted, told this story about well, this is the way that I look like I look. I get that I don't look stereotypically Irish, but that's because the Spanish are, and no, I just read something way back about 14 years ago and never did any research after that. So whoops, if it's something that I've told you, haha, oopsies, my bad. Yeah. Cool. So those are the main 2 things I wanted to talk about. It was just that's popped into my head. Let's have a chat about it. And today I got a package which is Kaizokukan related. It's not my cosplay, not the cosplay. I'm still waiting on things for that, the costume that I'm wearing, but it is costume adjacent. So that'll be fun. It's something that I wanted to do last year for the pub quiz, but this year things arrived. I was able to find things because for some reason this one specific t-shirt, this specific blank t-shirt, was very difficult to find, but I did it. I got a number of them, and I'm going to have a good old time on the Friday night of Kaizokukan. So that'll be good. It'll be a good old fun-filled adventure for everyone. Yeah, other than that, life is life, and people are people, and we're all living our bestest. Our bestest. Oh, The Dinnie stones, sorry, this is like weightlifting adjacent now. So the Dinnie stones in Scotland, they're these two stones with circular handles on them that people stand up with and hold. I learned recently that the first man to ever do that, well, the first person to ever do that, using straps, like weightlifting straps, first person ever recorded to do that, his name is David Prowse. And if you know of this man, it is because he was a very tall man, and he's quite famous for being the man in the suit for Darth Vader. I think he was like 6'7" or something, but yeah, he was the first person to ever do that, and that blew my mind, because I had people talking about the Dinnie stones wanting to do them, and like, it's a whole thing, you can look into it, but yeah, he was the first person to ever do it, like with lifting straps, people have done it since without, but that was a wild thing for me, being a big Star Wars man. Star Wars is everywhere. It's everything. It's absolutely crazy stuff. But yeah, I think that's enough facts for you today. 3 whole facts. Whoa. And if I'm wrong at all, oops, let me know by posting a million different comments. Yeah, algorithm me. But yeah, I hope you're having a good day. It's a Wednesday. It's definitely a Wednesday for me. But I will talk to you all tomorrow. I hope you're having good days and living good lives, and it's all going well for you. Slán.